Hi, I'm Sam Smallman. I'm the chocolate specialist here at Classic Fine Foods, and today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about Easter and, of course, our favourite topic at Easter, which is chocolate. We're going to talk a little bit about the history of Easter chocolate, particularly the Easter egg, and then we're going to be talking a little bit about common trends that we're finding in the market today, such as comfort and nostalgia, which are particularly prevalent, obviously, at the odd times we find ourselves in. So, first, the Easter egg. So the Easter egg was first brought into the UK in 1873 by Fries of Bristol, and then 2 years later this was quickly brought up by Cadbury's of Bourneville, just outside of Birmingham. That kind of stayed relatively quiet at that point. In these kind of traditional shapes, so something like this, for example, this is called a crocodile design, and as you can see, this was bought just the other day from the supermarket, so these are the kind of eggs you can commonly find even today. It only really started getting bigger in 1905. In 1905, this is where you got the first kind of real innovation in British chocolate, which was called dairy milk, something that we all obviously know today. This hugely impacted sales of chocolate to the point that in 1923, they started to release fondant fillings. So you started getting cream eggs, a little bit like this one, to the point that in last year, these were produced at 60,000 per hour during the limit, so it gives you an idea of how many of those are actually produced. So how do we play this? How do we take advantage of it? How do we use these flavors now to bring it into trends that we can do? So what I'm going to do now is just talk you through a few different Valrhona couvertures that you can buy through Classic Fine Foods or through the Classic Deli, and these will give you an idea of some of the key flavors that you can bring out. So we're going to be talking about some of the chocolates that you can use at home in your creations, or indeed just creating your own eggs home, that are going to bring out these trends of nostalgia and comfort that are so important to us in these difficult times. I'm not going to talk too much about dark chocolate today, because I think when we talk about nostalgia, we think of childhood and we think of Easter. We think of comfort, we think of nourishment, we think of fat. So we're going to be mainly focusing on white chocolate, which is just using cocoa butter and milk solids, and then we're going to be talking about milk chocolate, which obviously had cocoa butter, cocoa dry extract, what we call the main solids, and additional milk as well. But how different origins, different flavors can impact flavors and bring back different memories and nostalgia. So white chocolate, for example, I think is something we all think of as childhood. We think of sweetness, we think of lightness. So this one is called Sicilia, it's at 31%, and this is a fantastic kind of all-rounder, nice, clean, crisp flavors, nice and sweet forward, going to do exactly what you need it to. But then you may want something a little bit more complicated, bring in some more caramelized notes, flavors of childhood. So we've got something like this. This is Orleans. It's a 35% caramelized white chocolate using dark muscovado. So what that's going to do is it's going to introduce some more sort of rounded caramel notes, but also a little bit of almost a rummy kick in the end there, a little touch of licorice, something a bit more sophisticated. So you've got that mixture of your sophisticated palate as well as the nostalgia flavors. Moving on to the milks, you've got an absolute classic here. This is 40% Javara. This is a Grand Cru blend by Valrhona, but what you'll be getting here, this is where not only flavors of nostalgia from kind of our classic eating of milk chocolate growing up, but also flavors of cereal, flavors of malt. There's a tiny bit of barley malt extract in here that's almost going to remind you of milk chocolate ice cream. And then moving to our heavy hitter on our milk chocolates, Vihibe. 46% single origin Dominican Republic. Rich, fruity, deep. Think rum and raisin ice cream, think rich caramels, think brandies. You've got so many different flavors here, but still will give you that warm, comforting feeling that you want in your Easter creations. Hope you enjoy.